I'm the Magpie, and in this video, welcome to a follow-up video for the Casio CK-10, which I hacked in a very recent video. With hacked, I mean circuit bent it, but I continued to hack it, hence the follow-up video. But yeah, if you want to take a deep dive into the Casio CK-10, which is this Radio PT1 Casio keyboard, feel free to check out my previous video. But yeah, I ended that video with kind of realizing to myself that, damn it, I should have made it so I could play both the keyboard and the radio at the same time. And a lot of you agreed with me in the comment section. And you came up with all of these great ideas for implementing something like this. Just a tiny FM sender thingy that I guess you primarily have for like your car or something like that. So you can stream straight to the radio. But yeah, honestly, first of all, I want to take a minute here and just say thank you. Please continue commenting and coming up with fun follow-up ideas to whatever I do, because it's likely that you can come up with many great ideas that my primitive, simple mind simply cannot even begin to come up with. So that is wonderful. So wonderful to read your comments. And if you feel like supporting me and the journey we are on here together, of course, the best way to do so is to check out Magpie Pedals in the description. But me and Analog Weapon have launched magpiestuff.com, where we are to collect samples from all of these things that I check out and all of the experiments I do and put them up as small sample packs for you to enjoy. So you can check out magpiestuff.com as well as magpiepedals.com to just let me continue being me. But yeah, with that said, I did go back in, which was annoying. But it turned out that this, making it possible to play the keyboard and the radio at the same time, it was a ridiculously easy thing to do. So let me show you how I did it. Okay, so I'm standing here and I'm kind of blown away, to be honest, by just how easy this modification was. Like, I started prepping stuff because I thought I would have to do shit, but then I just looked at the switching mechanism for the on-off and going over to radio mode. And it turns out, if we have a look here at the power on-off mechanism, you know, all of this where you turn it on and off. I have it turned on. When this one slides over here to go into radio mode, on the upper part of it, you can see there's like one square, and then there's a longer row, and then there was one square again, and that you can see is connected to the first one. So that is the off thing, and this one you can see is a double shenanigans. So the lower one just continues to radio when the upper one turns off the keyboard. But the upper one doesn't have to turn off the keyboard. You can barely even see it. I just put a tiny piece of tape there over the trace that is connected to the first little square. So I've just covered that with a tiny piece of tape. And now, if we go into radio mode, the keyboard won't turn itself off. So we go from off, and we end up in synthesizer mode, which is momentary connection. And then when we go over to radio, I can still play. That's all I have to do. I could solve it with the tiniest piece of tape that I've ever cut in my life. And now I need to put it all back together to test what happens if I like output it and radio it to itself and stuff. So all I needed was literally that tiny piece of tape, and then it's just possible to play the keyboard and the radio simultaneously. However, I did also end up putting a jack here so that I can solo out the keyboard. So it breaks the signal from the keyboard and the radio. It's actually like multi-track record when I play along to the radio. I primarily did that because I thought it was gonna sound really cool if we hook this up to that jack. Okay, it sounds kind of cool. And you're able to get a lot of weird stuff going on. I mean, we can make really lo-fi. It's a whole new level of lo-fi. Okay, going to AM. Whoa. I think I'm gonna collect a bunch of noisy stuff from this one and put in the sample pack as well. But, as some of you pointed out as well, I can do stuff and send it back to it while I'm playing it to itself. Of course, the keyboard is mono, but the radio is stereo. So, will that do something? This is just mono out keyboard. It's kind of cool with the latency when it's circuit bent. If we then take this one and we plug it into the aux out thing and we send this to aux, and we send that to aux.